Hi all, this video is going to run through exercise 7.5, which is asking us to consider the two valuation methods for inventory, identified cost and FIFO. We're going to be considering how we determine the inventory on hand, so what is left over, what is been the cost of sales using both of these methods, and then we will then have a think about what is the more accurate or I guess better method, although that's probably not a great term. Before we run through the questions, let's do a quick recap for those of us that have not done the revision. What do we mean by these two valuation methods? In Unit 3 and Unit 4 accounting, there is two acceptable methods for valuing inventory and determining which inventory is coming in or out of your business using the perpetual inventory system. And that is FIFO and identified cost, which I'm going to abbreviate to IC. Now, first in, first out uses an assumption that the first in inventory is going to be the first out. I summarize this as you can assume that the oldest inventory leaves your business first, or your oldest inventory is the one that is going to be sold. Now, identified cost means that we can accurately determine which inventory is going in or out due to some method. In this case, we have a price tag. And so we are able to identify the specific movements of inventory. Okay? So in this question, and in many of your questions in Chapter 7, we are going to get you to consider how using these two valuation methods will impact your inventory and your management of the perpetual inventory system. Now, in this question, we have been told that this Diamond Valley boutique has purchased a number of leather jackets across the year. Now you can see that they've made 5 purchases from the 21st of January to the 30th of November, and you can see that their prices have been different. When we did a stock take, so an account at the end of the year, it was determined that 45 were left. Now if we added all of those up, we realized that that must mean a number have been sold. And if we did the sale, if we added all of these up, we would realize that it is 190. And because there is 45 left, we must have sold 145 because we have only got these 5 left remaining. So we have sold 145, remaining 45. Now we are tasked with doing 2 tasks. We are tasked in the identified cost and FIFO to determine how much of what was the cost of sales for the leather jackets. So what was the value of the 145 that were sold? Because remembering we cost our inventory at cost price. And then what is the value of the inventory on hand, so left over? And we are tasked to do that for identified cost and FIFO. So what we're going to do is split this up and do them separately, and we're going to start with A and B, which of course is identified cost. So we are now going to do A and B. We're going to consider them together, and we're going to consider what is the inventory impact when we used identified cost as our valuation method. Now here we know, and this is where we can work through, we know that what we had left is the accurate amount. So what is, if we do B first, we're going to do the inventory on hand. We know what is left, and we know that that is 20 times the 255 jackets. We have 20 of the 252 dollar jackets, and 5 of the $245 jackets. Now, if we do the calculations for these, and you would use a calculator for this, The 20 times 255 equals 5,100. The 20 times 252 equals 5,040. And the 5 times 245 equals 1,225. If we add these up, that must mean we have $11,365 of inventory on hand, being our answer to B. Now this is where we're going to move back to A. We can then work out what the cost of sales was, because it must mean that we then know, if we know what is left, we then know what was sold. Because if we had 40 of the $245 ones, but we have 5 left over, that must mean we sold 35 of the $245 ones, which totals $8,575. If we look at the $249 jackets, we started with 30 and we have none when we did the inventory count or stock take. That must mean we sold all of them, being 249 of the $249 ones, which adds up to $7,470. Now, if we look at the $252 ones, you might realize that there is 2 times that we purchased them, so 90 all up, and we had 20 left over, which means we must have sold 70 of the $252 ones, which of course equals $17,640. You're of course doing your calculator. I have the answers in front of me. And then we look at the $255 ones. We had 30, we have 20 left, meaning we must have sold 10 of them, of the $255 ones, resulting in $2,550. Now, if we add all that up using our calculator, that means our cost of sales was $36,235. That is how we work out, which of course is our answer to A. So your template in your workbook looks slightly different. I'm doing as if it's maybe an exam question where you only have your knowledge, your intellect, and a loose leaf bit of paper, but that's how we think it through. Now, FIFO, ironically, is actually an easier question. And we're going to do C and D now, which is FIFO. And this is where we actually ignore the information where it says what we have left over. All we have to acknowledge is that we have 45 jackets left over. FIFO makes this assumption that the oldest inventory is sold first. So we have 45 left. And that must mean we have 30 of the $255 ones because they are our newest. We still have to find 15 more, and they come from the ones that we purchased on the 12th of August. So FIFO assumes that our newest ones remain and our oldest ones were sold. So that would mean for C, and we'll do C first this time, all of the 21st of January, all of the 28th of March, all of the 26th of June, and a proportion of the 12th of August were the jackets that were sold. And that means all 40 of our $245 ones. Sorry, I've made a mistake. So all 40 of the $245 ones were sold. Or 30 of our $249 ones were sold. Of the $252 ones, I apologize, 75 of them were sold because remember we only have 15 left and there was 90 there. 75 times 252 equals a certain percentage, And then we work these numbers out using our calculator. 40 times 245 equals 9,800. 30 times 249 equals 7,470. 75 times 252 equals $18,900, leading us a grand total of cost of sales of $36,170. And we will come back to that number because you might be realizing the cost of sales of FIFO is different to the cost of sales of identified costs. But here we have our cost of sales. Our inventory on hand, so D, inventory on hand, we'll write this up here. We know we have 45 left over and they are our newest. Our most newest ones, or most recent ones purchased were our 30s. We're our 30 at 255. And we have 15 of our $252 jackets remaining. 30 times 255 equals 7,650. 15 times 252 equals $3,780. And this leads to our inventory on hand being $11,430. Now, interestingly, you might notice, as I said, cost of sales, our $36,170 for FIFO is less than our cost of sales for identified cost. And this lends us to our question E. Which method, identified cost or FIFO, will calculate the profit for this business most accurately? Now, we of course know profit equals revenue earned minus expenses incurred, and we know that cost of sale is an expense. So given the selling price would have been the same whether it's identified cost or FIFO, we will actually have less profit for identified cost because the cost of sales is higher, and it's almost, it's not insignificant either. It's, what is it? It's $65. Now, firstly, we recognize that identified cost is the most accurate. So identified cost is the most accurate method. So that will mean identified cost equals the most accurate profit. So I'm just writing in dot points. You would put this, of course, into a complete sentence, and feel free to look at the solutions in your textbook to see that. It's the most accurate because it actually knows the actual cost of the goods that have remained and the cost of the goods hence that were sold. And in this case, it's been done via price tags. It is accurate. Now, it's important to recognize that FIFO makes an assumption. FIFO is not the most accurate because it has an assumption. And that assumption is that the oldest goods are sold first. Now, the most important bit to remember, though, or recognize, is it doesn't mean it's inappropriate to use. It is a completely appropriate use of valuation method. In some cases, it is the only valuation method that is possible, whether that because of cost or time, or maybe just physically impossible to identify which good is leaving your business. Think of a tank of petrol. You don't know which litre of petrol is being taken out. So hence it is acceptable. It is an assumption. It will lead to less accurate profit figures, but still valid profit figures. Okay, and that is how we can craft an answer. And in your solutions in full sentences, it might sound something like, the identified cost method is always the most accurate measurement of cost of sales and therefore net profit. This is because identified cost uses the actual cost price incurred by the business, whereas the FIFO method assumes a cost price for all inventory sold. FIFO is, though, an acceptable method if a business elects to adopt it, but the identified cost is always the most accurate. in that full response, we've really answered the question. We've answered the question, which one is the most accurate? And most importantly, we've explained your answer fully, which your teachers and examiners will expect. So I hope this has helped you guide your thinking on working out a question regarding the difference between identified cost and FIFO, and being able to calculate the differences in cost of sales and inventory on hand because of it.